to have you with us from Jones Stadium in Lubbock, Texas. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline where she is keeping a close eye on some injury news that's unfolding.
Guys, the Tigers head coach told me pregame. Coach said because they are still without their starting quarterback, this has been essential to have a bye week this week. Give their backup all of the reps with the #1 offense, something he typically doesn't do all season long. So they have really focused on more reps, more reads, so he can really hit the ground running here today early in this game. Back to you.
Holly, we'll see how they adjust. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Moving the pocket, it's Hammond. Under pressure, fires to the big fella. First catch of the season as this freshman tight end wastes no time getting involved. This conference has a history of getting wacky, and the last thing you need to do is get off to a slow start in ACC play.
And what does everybody talk about every year, right? Like conference games, how much they matter, the familiarity with everybody around you. You can only start this one time, so let's bring that energy, bring that momentum. Who wants to start the season off right?
Well, the ACC is a conference that feels like oftentimes it just goes down to the wire. And those games late in the season are the ones that really determine what happens. But you got to set yourself up for success, and it starts right here in the first conference game in the ACC for your team.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Stepping to the right. Got rid of it just in time. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
Well, man, this quarterback is fast. You saw that on his ability to scramble around, but he wasn't fast enough to outrun that hit, and it was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down. After that last play, there is a Clemson Tiger slow to get up. You just hope this turns out not to be too serious. First quarter, game one. It's tough to take an injury this early. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on third and long. Looking left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Tries to get it himself. The ball is out behind the line. And the defense jumps on it. At that turnover. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The run inside. It's Davidson. Breaks into the open. He's inside the 40. The 20, the 10, and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like to keep that guy on your roster, it's It's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like you mentioned, the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Let's talk for just a second about Texas Tech. We mentioned the number of players they lost, but you can only focus on the guys who are wearing your uniform. Can't worry about those who left. Have to worry about those you have. But any concerns that you guys have about making moves like this?
I think excitement more than concerns, honestly. They got some key guys that had success in other programs, and I think the fans today, David, are interested to see how these guys play today.
Well, and how they come together, because you've seen these players in other spots, but now a new system, new coaching.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. That's reeled in. It's Wesco. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one.
Well, when you're running the crow route against zone coverage as a QB, you know you've got to get the receiver the ball quickly. This quarterback has a cannon for an arm. He showed you on that last throw, and the offense picks up the first down.
Hits inside. It's Johnson. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
And what a play by the defender. He's on an island all by himself in cover one man coverage. Just him and the wide out, and he ends up winning, coming up with a big INT.
Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. No, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Sets his feet. It's Hammond. Out wide left, it's Hudson. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive game.
Caught, and he's got room. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Wants to throw one first. Rush right in his face. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's 2nd down. Quarterback empties his backfield. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Makes the catch. It's Simmons. Gain of 9 on that one. 3rd down and short. He needs a yard.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. You better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And I like the bounce back for this offense. You go 3 and out, they don't get frustrated. They don't get down. Nice job going back to the drawing board, creating some good plays. Now here in a rhythm, moving the football.
Scanning the field, it's Hammond. Finds his tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raider. Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point is good. So it's an 80-yard drive. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. On the move. Uh-oh, look out. Enough to move the chains. He's now up to 77 yards on the ground, and they wanted to have an identity as a running team, and he's giving them that in the season opener. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
And back to the air on second down. Left side is Davidson. At the 35, he's loose. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Gain of 35 on the play. And a first down for the offense.
The Tigers will have it 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Stands in and takes the hit. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Tigers. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Hammond. Fires left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss. Target that badly.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. The give is to Williams. Turning it on. Past the 50. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second.
Number 37 sets a kickoff.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Fresh set of downs going up top. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. Long way to go on 2nd down. Handoff to the single running back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. The Red Raider crowd rising to the occasion to help its defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And he'll just get rid of that one.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Unloads to the right. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Wants to keep it in the air. Keeping his eyes downfield. Throws to the wideout. Unloads in the nick of time.
And that's the play the defense finally needed, man. They were getting gashed early. First 2 drives, they gave up 2 touchdowns. They knew they had to be able to get off the field. Great job creating the incompletion there on 3rd down, now setting up 4th.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Needs it here on 4th down. Unloads it left. Right on target this time. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it. But when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Running inside, it's Johnson. Spins away. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Motion from the back. Drops back on first down. They're all over it. And he gets rid of it.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. He'll get rid of it. Nice play to knock that one down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Unloads to the wideout. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of...
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
Number 81 set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Texas Tech will start the drive. The offense ready to go. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Looking to throw, it's Hammond. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to kind of get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. Right side, it's Johnson. Makes a grab and room to run. Touchdown, Clemson. And they add 6 that trip to the house.
I know we're only in game one, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it back to the 20-yard line as he goes out of bounds at the 19. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Hammond. Out wide left, it's Hudson. Guys, let's think big picture about Texas Tech. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week one.
Quickly to the tight end. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups where you see, I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you want to do, I'm going to find the big...
Makes the catch, and he's free. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
Can hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They just keep firing. Throws to the back. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his second PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. You just can't start a game any better.
Third and long right here. Sets his feet. It's Hammond. He puts some heat on that one down the middle. He's got it on the outside. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Clemson.
And how about the defense coming up huge? It looked like this was going to get really, really close, and they do what they do, man. Make that one big play, Palmer. Force not only the turnover, and then take it all the way back to the house. They looked like they were about to give up points, and then all of a sudden, they get points of their own.
And that was a bad decision by the quarterback, too, David. I get it. You're trailing on the scoreboard, but you got to know you can't get it all back on one throw. He threw that into traffic. Give the defense credit. They were where they needed to be. They didn't just pick it off. They took it to the house and added insult to injury.
Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. He unleashes a long one. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And, man, he was just like, forget that, guys. I'm getting this back on one play. Like, obviously, the big decision last drive makes the mistake that goes all the way back to the house.
Throws it deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on third and long. Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Got to make the play on fourth. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The play fake. Buying a little time to his left. Left side, it's Moore. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
First and goal, Clemson.
And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's begin with a look at Virginia taking on the Vanderbilt Commodores. And it's the Cavaliers engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. Here now a look at some other games of note today, including a big upset with major implications.
From deep, it's Daniels. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 25. Exactly where he would have been if he'd taken the knee. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Oh, he's got some space. He's inside the 40, the 20, inside, touchdown, Tigers. Rolled his way into the end zone.
Number 8 in the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board.
Number 81 sets the inches.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. Texas Tech ready to send the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw, it's Francis. Fires complete on the crosser.
Well, one thing you got to say about this guy is he's very, very poised. He knew he had that defender bearing down on him. He got hit right as he threw it. Still, though, it didn't affect his accuracy. Nice job getting that completion.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the 1st down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Moving out to the right. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Davidson. There he goes. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the 3rd quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
They'll go to the air. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The give is to Williams. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Might as well run him again. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Francis. And he avoids the sack.
We're losing. We got to put a few drives together here, but most importantly, I got to stop getting my quarterback hit. I got to give him a little bit more protection, maybe that extra second so he can get that deep ball off or make some plays for this offense.
3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10 as we are getting this season underway in the opening week. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
Well, the QB knew coming into this one it was going to be tough. They have a lot of athletes on the back end, but today, guys just not able to separate. Accuracy hasn't always been perfect, and as a result, they've got another ball getting knocked away for an incompletion.
Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun, wants to pass. That one comes out hot down the right side. He's got it! Off to the races! Touchdown, Red Raiders! This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. He'll try to tack on one more. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished the drive with a 64-yard scoring toss. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They've been dominating. Now they'll try to execute to their own standard. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And it's been fun to watch them feature this guy. Like, they understand they can run the football. They understand how good he is, and just they've owned the line of scrimmage. They've sprinkled in some pass. Like, this offense has done a really good job staying balanced, but featuring one of their better players.
First and 10 for the offense. Right back to the well. Breaks into the open. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Boy, was he well protected. Finally lets one go to the left. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down.
And it's so hard to get these guys on the ground. They're such good athletes nowadays, and you can see had a chance to wrap him up, but he's so elusive. He gets out of the tackle, still forces the incompletion. But, man, these guys are a nightmare to try to get on the ground and try to get those sacks.
Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now second and 10. He's looking to throw. Rushes on. Trying to get rid of it. He gets rid of it, but I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, here comes the flag. Still third down, but a little less manageable after that penalty. Motion from the wideout. He'll pull it down and run. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for. Some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
The give is to Williams. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll stop the clock here as one of the Red Raiders remains down. That is their senior starting wide receiver who the training staff is looking at, and Holly Rowe will get us up to date on his condition. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drop. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Well, this offense has been having its way all day long with this defense, but finally the defense creates a negative play. Let's see if that now gives them a little more confidence to get back in this game.
The Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. Turning it on! They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his big tight end. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands. First down.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
2nd down to the air. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. We've reached a break. Clemson has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. In the red area, it's Davidson. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Lets it fly. Trying to barrel in. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeps it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic. And this guy is having himself a day.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Texas Tech has it back, and the Red Raider offense on its way to the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the fourth quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Red Raiders offense comes out ready to attack. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Dropping back, it's Francis. Just gets rid of it to avoid the sack.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Cradles it at the 35. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Here's the give off the left side. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Texas Tech will start the drive, the offense ready to go. From the gun, it's Coleman Williams. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be second and long.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Trying to suck through and pick it up. And he's not going to get the first down. Good stop there.
Not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on fourth.
And I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
It's simple play, simple game. Get that first down. That's all that matters. I don't try to trick. I go back to what I know I do really, really well.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Right at the line. And he'll take it in for the touchdown. It won't have much impact on the outcome of the game, but it is a fabulous parting gift, a consolation prize, if you will.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Quick give. It's Davidson. He's past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. They'll give it to him again. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He breaks a tackle. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Still on his feet. Runs through a man, and he might have space. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And this kind of performance has to give this team so much confidence. Week 1, you go on the road into a hostile environment, and you put the beat down like this. This coaching staff is going to be happy on the ride home.
And he made the extra point without problem. Timeout called by Clemson. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Making the adjustment on the play. The give is to Williams. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drummed. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
Got out of trouble and throws. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the lock.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Unloads to the wideout. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
They think there's room to run to the right here. They make the stop and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. We've waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been